Hello there, thanks a lot for coming by PosterCentral.com's video blog today. I'm Pete Howard, and today I'm showing you legendary jump blues pianist, singer, and composer Memphis Slim, billed here as the crown prince of the blues. Boy, post-war, 1948 to 53, Memphis Slim charted half a dozen top 10 R&B hits, and he made over 500 recordings. Wow, how prolific. None of them as famous, however, as Every Day I Have the Blues, his 1947 composition, a blues standard recorded by everybody to this day, from B.B. King to Count Basie to Fleetwood Mac, Tony Bennett, John Mayer. I mean, it's just such a standard. And twice, not just once, it has won a Grammy Hall of Fame award. But anyway, that's just one song, and Memphis had 500, so here we've got this really cool vintage 14 by 22 inch cardboard advertising window card, and the color motif is blue and orange plus black ink and white cardboard. So let's see, I'm going to come in a little bit closer for the permanent portion first. You can see in the color there it does say Ralph Cooper, I'm figuring, was both his manager and his booking agent, because he's listed at both the top and the bottom. You can see there at the top it says Ralph Cooper Inc. presents Crown Prince of the Blues, Memphis Slim and his House Rockers. Look how fun that House Rockers look down there with all the musical notes. That's really a gas. And then you've got a photo of Peter Chapman. Oh, sorry, that's his real name. Memphis Slim, tinted in blue. And it's kind of funny, he was obviously leaning on something in the picture, but they just cut it all out. So you've got his arms sort of hanging there for the sake of the poster. That's kind of cute. And then, very key there, in the lower left-hand corner, 3 song titles. And it does say there, creator of Rockin' the House, Midnight Jump, and Messin' Around. Well, Rockin' the House was a 1947 single that was a non-charter. It did have the esteemed Willie Dixon on bass. And Midnight Jump, excuse me for tilting there, was the B-side to 1948 single Messin' Around. Now, Messin' Around was a huge and important hit. It was Memphis Slim's first charting single, and it was first hit single, and his only #1 record. And it spent like half of 1948 on the R&B charts. So definitely an important record there. And then under that you've got Miracle Records, his label of the 1940s. And the very bottom of the poster, my fingers notwithstanding, it says Tour Direction Ralph Cooper with the New York City address and phone number. So now the mystery and the fun and the challenge and everything else starts, the unanswered but probably pretty well guessed questions, and that would be the venue box. Okay, this will be a real head scratcher. Check this out. Now, I've previously video blogged a very similar poster to this from Sonny Thompson. I'm going to remind you and show it to you real quick. Very similar layout, right down to the colors of orange and blue. Look at that, look at that. Now, of course, this is photograph, I can do that, photographic representation. Really, really similar, obviously. I mean, anybody can see that. So, and they're both from the Sunset. See that up top, right? And the Sunset, by the way, in Indianapolis, Indiana. They're both, here's the real puzzler. They're both from Sunday, November 27th, and it has to be 1949 in both cases. And then even the long line of fine print, in order to show you that, I'll come in closer on the poster. It says there, it's identical on both posters. I don't think I could get close enough for you to read that, but it does say advance $1.40, tax included, and at the door $1.60. And then it says make table reservations in person at Sunset Terrace Cafe. And under Sunday night, both posters say hours 9 p.m. to 1 a.m. Interesting how both the very top line and the Sunday night are laid out a little bit differently on the 2 posters. But this was pretty puzzling, I'll tell you. Double booking, or just what, and they had to be both from 1949. But ultimately I concluded, and this was in, checking with several blues experts and poster collector experts like me, that, Ralph Cooper probably just booked both his artists on this night, and the ticket price reflects that. Rather than going to the expense of designing a new poster for this double booking one night, he had the tour blanks already on hand for Sonny Thompson and Memphis Slim, so it's like, okay, I'll just do it that way and advertise it around town that way. It's very possible these two window cards were displayed side by side, and people would get the message, although some of them might have scratched their heads as well. So, you know, I think that's probably, I suppose it's also possible that one artist was booked and then canceled, and the subsequent poster was the replacement booking, but I think that's a less likely scenario, weighing all the possibilities here. So, and okay, so finally, this, let's stay just with Memphis here. This was a tour blank, as I said, and what's fun is I have another example to show you, and it's, you know, rather than 6 months later or a year earlier, it's the exact week before this, leading right up to it, is this Memphis Slim other example by photographic representation here. So I start far back, everything down below is the same, and as you can see, it's a full week of shows covering July the previous week. Okay, now the city's unknown because it says just State Theater, and that's it. And but Hartford, Connecticut is probably the most likely candidate. A lot of shows played Hartford. And you've got red ink up there in the venue information. My personal standpoint is black ink looks a little bit better. It's a bit too much red for me, but that's okay. 7 days commencing Sunday, November 20th. And then look at those crazy ticket prices. Wow. Midnight, in fact, I'm going to make sure I'm in close enough for you on this. Midnight show Saturday, 30 cents. Matinee, 20 cents. Nights, 30 cents. And on this one, they do have the added in-person on this particular poster. Maybe that was just stripped in when the red venue information was printed up above. But you know, 20 and 30 cents, that's just insane. That's like, what, 1/5 the cost of Indianapolis. So why is this so cheap when the next, you know, the following engagement was so much more expensive? Well, ta-da, there we have the evidence perhaps that this indeed had both Memphis Slim and Sonny Thompson. It just makes, it really sort of all falls together with circumstantial evidence. Also, it's possible that with the previous poster being 7 days, they wanted to keep the admittance price low and make more money on food and beverages. But Ralph Cooper really put it forward with a couple of artists, but you know, I've got the separate blog for Sonny Thompson, you can go check that out. And this is Memphis Slim, I guess you could say Memphis Every Day I Have the Blues Slim, and quite an attractive window card from Indianapolis, Indiana in 1949. Really love the design on this one. Dangling arm notwithstanding. Thanks a lot for dropping by today. Great fun to show you this, and we'll catch you again for something soon. Bye-bye.